As long as the coach rolled down the main street, Laura sat bolt upright at the window. In fancy, she heard people telling one another that this was little Miss Rambotham going to school. She was particularly glad that just as they went past the commercial hotel, Miss Parotet, the landlord's red-haired daughter, should put her fuzzy head out of the window, for Miss Parotet had also been to boarding school, and thought very highly of herself in consequence, though it had only been for a year to finish. At the National Bank, the manager's wife waved a friendly hand to the children. And at the Royal Mail Hotel, where they drew up for passengers or commissions, Mrs. Paget, the stout landlady, came out, smoothing down her black satin apron. "Well, I'm sure I wonder your ma likes sending you off so alone." The ride had comforted Pin a little, but when they had passed the chief stores and the flour mill, and were come to a part of the road where the houses were fewer, her tears broke out afresh. The very last house was left behind. The high machinery of the claims came into view, the watery flats where Chinamen were forever rocking wash-dirt in cradles, and O'Donnell dismounted and opened the door. He lifted the three out one by one, shaking his head in humorous dismay at Pin, and as little Frank showed signs of beginning to by puckering up his face and doubling up his body, the kindly man tried to make him laugh by asking if he had the stomachache. Laura had one more glimpse of the children standing hand in hand. Even in her trouble, Pin did not forget her charges. Then a sharp bend in the road hid them from her sight. She was alone in the capacious body of the coach, alone, and the proud excitement of parting was over. The staunchly repressed tears welled up with a gush, and flinging herself down across the seat, she cried bitterly. It was not a childishly irresponsible grief like Pin's. It was more passionate and went deeper, and her overloaded feelings were soon relieved. But as she was not used to crying, she missed the moment at which she might have checked herself, and went on shedding tears after they had become a luxury. "Why, goodness gracious, what's this?" cried a loud, cheerful, and astonished voice, and a fat, rosy face beamed in on Laura. "Why, here's a little girl in here crying fit to break her heart. Come, come, my dear, what's the matter? Don't cry like that now, don't." The coach had stopped, the door opened, and a stout woman climbed in bearing a big basket, and followed by a young man with straw-colored whiskers. Laura sat up like a dart and pulled her hat straight, crimson with mortification at being discovered in such a plight. She had instantly curbed her tears, but she could not disguise the fact that she had red eyes and a swollen nose, that she was in short what Sarah called all bunged up. She made no reply to the newcomer's exclamations, but sat clutching her handkerchief and staring out of the window. The woman's good-natured curiosity, however, was not to be done. "You poor little thing," she persisted. "Wherever are you going, my dear, so alone?"